Great Britain needs a new national anthem, something that really resonates with us citizens, something that really tells the world who we are, what we've done, what we're going to do. So this is my pitch for the new national anthem for Great Britain. Here we go. Are you ready? Okay. Sorry.
Where did I get my obvious knowledge of music theory? Fun story. So this is going back to my early 20s, so 13 years ago when I was at music school. There were a handful of kids that were really good at guitar. I think I was one of them. Basically, you show up on day one, you don't know anyone, they put you in bands, and then you are in that band for the next 2 years, and you do all your coursework together. Really good system, works really well, really smart. So the band I was in, I was one of the two guitarists. I was like 20, 21 or something. The other guitarist was 16. And he was the best guitarist in the building. Like, there's just no, in terms of just like ability to play, he was the best guitarist by like a significant margin. And there were some great players, really excellent players. He was the best, and I was in a band with him. So most of the time I ended up obviously playing rhythm guitar. To a 20-year-old, that was a fate worse than death. He was going to be able to get by just shredding the heck out of whatever. He'd be able to get like a passing grade just without really having to try. I decided to get really, really good at all the theory stuff. I could play better than him because I knew how to use modes. So it wasn't that what I was doing was technically more adept than him. It was that my note choice was just way more engaging and way more interesting. So if you wanted just like a standard rock player, this kid was the guy. Absolutely 100% the guy. If you wanted something slightly more interesting, I was the guy. So technically speaking, wasn't the best player, still not the best player, but I got good at thinking my way into being better at certain things. So I got really good at like kind of chord structure and scales and the modes and all stuff like that. And that was my flex Oh, and what helped, of course, was this kid lived like nearby. He was like a 20-minute car journey away. So he would just, class would end, he'd hop in the car, home, done. I would travel an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back. I was using that spare 3 hours sat on a train to get smart. I became a big nerd for modes and chord structure and stuff like that. That's my story. That's the story of why I'm a big nerd.
The Jupiter. I was playing the game on the Jupiter.
What game on the Jupiter?
Russian game. I was playing the game where you type.
It doesn't turn on, Doug. We don't know how to turn it on. I told you that when you got here.
You hear that? It's weird.
Guess what? I'm poor.
This is better to be the best piece of music I've ever written, I swear to God. This is a really good start. It is wacky. I don't think we need to talk about that. I think that's clearly a masterpiece. This is a mandolin. I can't play mandolin. I also can't play slide, and I also am not very good at using the E-bow. So what happens if we combine these three things?
Hi, my name's Liam Taylor, LTGuitarist on most of the platforms. I'm a musician, composer, music educator. If it's music related, I'm probably into it. It's pretty hard to be a musician right now. I mean, it's always been kind of hard, and it's almost not worth making music. Almost. It's not like I can just stop making stuff, and believe me, I've tried that. Ooh. Thankfully, there's Ko-fi. You probably know about all the ways that you can support independent creators like Patreon, OnlyFans, stapling a $5 to pigeons. Platforms like Patreon are amazing if you want to offer something exclusive to your fans every single month, but I don't want people's access to the music I make and the tutorials I make to be limited by their income. I want my stuff to be available for free, but my accountant tells me that that's a really bad business model. And that's why I made this Ko-fi account. If you're lucky enough to have a bit of spare cash floating around and you've enjoyed or made use of anything I've made over the years, you can buy me a coffee, or you can contribute towards new computer hardware, guitar strings, you know, all those things that are necessary to music creation but that aren't free. If you make music professionally or as a hobbyist, I hope you take a moment to check out my YouTube channel or my Twitter account, and if you like what you see there and have the means to do so, I hope you'll consider supporting me on Ko-fi. See you later. Yes, so the stinger animation doesn't appear to work there. Let me just double check the audio is coming through okay, because that's a little weird. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. The audio is coming through okay, because that's a little weird. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. There's a delay there, isn't there? Cool. Cool. Right. 1 2. Okay, that looks a little better. Sorry, let me try that again. 1 2 1 2. Sorry, let me try that again. 1 2 1 2. Sorry, let me try that again. Okay. Hi. Hello. So that's good. The stinger didn't appear to load, and also the audio appeared to be laggy, but that's fine. I know how to fix one of those things. Hi. We're not here to talk about my problems today. Or my squeaky chair. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it, since we've done one of these live streams, and all the reasons why are now flooding back to me. But never mind, there's a new version of Cubase. That's something we can celebrate, isn't it? Good to see Jazz Dude and Jochen there in
in the chat on the YouTube. I also have it on good authority that we're live on Trovo and Facebook. I'm not going to go check on those. Hi. Yes. It's time to talk about the new Cubase. I'm very excited. This update sort of came out of the blue, didn't it? But that's fine. Sometimes things do in life, don't they? And now I am not panned to the left anymore. I am central. It's going really well. I think it's going really well. I mean, I think we just get into it, right? Enough of the dilly-dally. I'm full of dilly and dally, so let's just do it. Cubase 14 has some really interesting new features. I have spent a couple hours with it. I was actually going through the details of this with a student a couple days ago, and we were highlighting some of the things that are interesting, some of the things about this update that are interesting in terms of the direction Steinberg maybe want to take Cubase. But ultimately we've got some really good tools to start playing with. So I think while I drink this coffee, which I shouldn't be drinking at 6 in the evening, we should get into it, and by getting hands on and just making some music. I think that's the thing to do, really, isn't it? So the big news really is the new drum track. And what I like particularly about this drum track is that you don't have to use the pattern event sequencer. You can use not that. I haven't played around with that an awful lot, but let's start off with just a drum pattern. My face is in the way. There it is. So I mean, that's really nice. So let's do that. Okay. So this bottom panel has gotten even more interesting in this version of Cubase, as well as having options for the mix control and various MIDI editors. We now have the drum machine editor and the editor. The editor panel changes depending on what it is you're trying to do. We also have modulators here, which we'll come to a lot, I imagine, throughout the course of today. So yeah, let's get started. Let's just draw up here a 2-bar section, something like this, and then let's fill it up. I like that we can have a pop out. I think that's really handy. I'm going to close this lower window. Oh my god, where's it gone? There we go. So, gosh, there's so much to talk about here. I'm not sure where to begin. Let's maybe start with looking at some of the randomization options. One of the scariest things about any creative practice, music included, is a blank canvas, looking at a screen and going, oh god, how do I begin? You know, we can all relate to that. And one of the handy things about this is that we have a randomize button, and there's actually different different kinds of randomization. So this, as it is at the moment, we are asking Cubase to be random and make decisions for us, but to keep those decisions within reasonably musical parameters. So this is a musical randomization. So how does this musical randomization sound? Okay, yeah. I mean, it definitely sounds like music, if that's what you mean. Let's try another. Also quite cool. Okay. I want to try full randomization. It's just a bit more chaotic, isn't it? Okay. And you also have a split the difference mode as well. Let's try a musical random. Okay, that's a cool starting point. There's lots going on. I think the thing about vaporwave ideally is that you'd have quite a spacious, quite a minimal set of sounds. I like these kind of samples. But they take up quite a lot of space, don't they? So I'm gonna... Oh, we can remove all steps. Cool, okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna use that as if it was a symbol. We also have symbol there. Yeah, maybe both, screw it. I'm just gonna unclick a bunch of these. And then let's maybe start from here. Okay, there's still some weirdness going on, isn't there? What's this? Yeah, I'm gonna lose all of this, I think. There we go. Oh god, there's so much more. Okay. Yeah, okay, that'll do. So then let's add some hi-hats. Okay, so I think we could make that... We're using quite a wide canvas to do not very much, aren't we? So I think actually we could drop the tempo significantly and double up the speed, you know? And then this grid we could turn into 30-second notes. Yeah, so then let's repeat that. I've sort of got number blindness again. How does that sound? Oh, that's weird. What's happened? Oh, of course. Excuse me. Okay, we've got quite low. Which one of those sounds like a tom? Oh, it's that tom right there. Could be. That's quite cool. Right, that's a great starting point. Do I want to add some randomization into that? Oh, I need to stop clicking around like a mad person. There's some interesting repeats as well that I want to get into. Let's talk about probability. So I think this noise and this crash, I think maybe I'll bring down the probability of those a little bit so we definitely don't get both of them all the time. And I'm going to take the probability of some extra hi-hats down as well. Yeah, kind of like that. How does this sound? Okay, so the velocity of these is quite high, isn't it? So let's bring that down a bit. But I think velocity variance is quite a helpful thing to have as well. So let's just have quite a lot of variety. That was hard. Let's add quite a lot of variety there, I think. Oh, is it out of sync again? That's interesting. It bothers me. Right, hang on. Let me try this real quick. One, two. I unplugged it and plugged it in again. That's really annoying. Am I right in thinking that's better now? It's fine again, isn't it? Because we had this at the start. Which is a real pain in the butt if I'm actually trying to, show some stuff in Cubase and it not be in sync. Okay. Will you let me know if it happens again? Thank you. Sorry to employ you to be doing things. Zatoichi 444. How much does Cubase cost? That's a really good question. Actually, I've not. I've only had to get the update recently, so I've lost track of how much it costs standalone. This many. It costs this many as a standalone. You can probably get a price reduction if you're coming from. Oh no, do they not do cross grades? Ignore me, sorry, I thought they did cross grades. That's the new standalone full Pro version, which is what I'm using now. You don't necessarily need Pro. What are the other options? You can get Artist, which Artist still has most of the stuff you'll need. And Elements 14 is a lot more affordable. Honestly, if it is a lot of money. Music and audio editing is how I make. At this point, actually, probably about 60% of my income. So, I need to have stuff that works and is reliable. So I need to have the Pro version, and it's no biggie for me to upgrade whenever there's a new version. But the Elements will do what you need it to do for the most part. Yeah, it is a lot, but you don't have to pay monthly, do you? It's just a one-off fee. And it works, which is also very important. Right, so we've finally added 1, 2. I'm just paranoid about my audio sync now. We've added some randomization, which is cool. There is also some. Oh, okay. So there is a cross grade if you've got another a Pro version of another DAW. I thought there was. Thanks for the confirmation, Jazz Dude. I would say if you have very basic needs, you would probably be fine with Cubase Elements. I spent close to 10 years writing music with Cubase LE, which was essentially Cubase Elements. But you're right, free trial. There's a free trial. Give it a go, and if you don't like it, there's no obligation there. Definitely try out the free trial. You've got nothing to lose. So the hi-hats, we can do some cool stuff in terms of repeats. I would quite like to have a slightly wider window here, but I can't. That's a shame. Let's add some repeats. Let's add weird numbers of repeats, like 7 and stuff. How about these ones that are only going to happen sometimes? I wonder if you can add variety to those. That would be really fun. Modulators are in Pro only. Okay. You have a Focusrite solo. Can I use it with Elements? Yes. Yes, you can. You definitely can. These stutters are really cool. I like them. What's the most we can have? We can have 10, which is a weird number for audio, for music. Okay, I've overdone it ever so slightly on some of these. Let's bring back repeats. There we go. I also, these are annoying me as well. I also think, yeah, there's a few too many of those. Let's change up the snare slightly. Yeah, I sort of hate the hi-hats now. Let's clear off all of them for the moment. But there's some really cool options for randomization in there. I just feel like that's a little bit much for me in this instance, because we're doing something quite stripped back feeling, you know. So let's do this. That's quite nice. Cool. So I know that we're in this kind of vaporwavy sort of environment. I think there's a little too much ambience going on. So I'm going to come in here and I am going to pause this. Let's have a little look at that. That's not the culprit. It's the clap. The clap is the culprit. Okay, so actually what we could do then is just get rid of one of the claps. Let's have that as a stacked snare. Is it back? That's really good. Right, bear with again. One, two. One. Oh. Oh, it's still there. Interesting. All right. Bear with for 1 second. I'm sorry about this. Oh, it's still... Oh! Right. So it's in sync again. That is so great. Well, so it's really surreal, right? So I was teaching, and then I had a conversation at live stream yesterday. Didn't have this issue. And then today it's just decided, oh, we don't want to stay in sync. Very, very frustrating. Any suggestions are welcome on that. I mean, maybe like... Right, tell you what, the only thing I can think of that's different to other streams is that we are live on Facebook and Trovo. So I'm really not sure what else to try. So if you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on Trovo, sorry, this is the end of the stream. Go to one of the real platforms like YouTube or Twitch. So apologies for that. I'm at LTGuitarist on both of those places. I will still be live now. Sorry. Right, we'll see if that's affected anything. That's the only thing I can think that's different to other streams. I am open to other suggestions. Yeah, don't know. Okay, 1, 2. Yeah, we're fine for the moment. What was I doing? So I reckon there was too much reverb on the snares. That was it. So I got rid of one of the claps. That was it. It was the clap that had too much reverb. Cool. So there's so many different options in here for things you can do. All of these, if it's a button here, it is assignable within the parameter lane here, which is huge, right? So for example, we could say, let's repitch the kick. So let's take that pattern editor, assign to, so I right click the thing, pattern editor, assign to step, automation, kick, oscillator, tune, right? So then we can open this, and on the kick we can see that this is here now. That parameter is here, ready for us to mess with. So we could say that one we want to be normal. Then let's have it gradually reduce in pitch throughout the sequence. That's kind of fun. How does that sound? That's so subtle, but I really like it. Cool. Okay, we'll keep that then. There's lots of other controls that we can do now with the modulators option. So, for example, we could have that hi-hat pitch constantly changing. Let's take the tuning here and add... Can I add it here? Yes. Add modulator. Add LFO. So if we just play this, is that doing it? That's not doing it, is it? Interesting. Very interesting. Why is it not doing it? So if we get rid of that for the moment, what if we assign that to automation? like so. Does that change the pitch of the hi-hat? No. Okay, so I think this is the wrong control. No, okay. So what is the right control? Am I losing my mind? What if we assign that to a modulator? Yeah, that works. That's quite nice. Oh, it's so slow. Look at it gradually. That's really funny. Let's have it so over the course of 4 bars, it's going to very gradually do some cut off. That's a bit better. 1, 2. Okay, I don't want to jinx it, but it might have been, once again, Facebook ruining everything. So I'm going to stop keeping an eye on it for a second. But Jazz Dude, if you could again just let me know if it starts to go wrong, I'd really appreciate that. This isn't your job. I'm not paying you for this, and I'm sorry. Okay, so that's one cool thing we can do with a modulator there. Let's add in some other instruments, right? Because we've screwed around with this one thing for ages. Let's add in just an instrument track. Let's see what Halley and Sonic's got going on. Let's maybe see if we can stick to Steinberg products for today. Yes, so Jazz Dude, you're absolutely right there. The fact that you can do stuff that you can modulate effects over the course of 16 bars, which is longer than most guitar solos. Like the potential there for kind of ambient generative stuff is really great. Yeah, so there's lots to be said for that. I'm a big fan. Let's add in, oh gosh, I don't know. What is this? Okay, I maybe want something a little less effects heavy. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, we'll do something with that, I think. Let's create something nice and normal. A bit loud, aren't we? Oops. kind of bass punk we have? Yeah, that's quite nice. That'll do. Bit on the loud side, isn't it? Let's flesh that out. Let's add Pad Shop. Big fan of Pad Shop. Again, I think a version of Pad Shop comes with, I think, every version of Cubase. I think. Yes. So let's think. Oh gosh, where are my categories? My categories. Where have you gone? My categories. How am I? Synth. Oh God, help me, Cubase. What? Can I not just? Can I? Well, I hope someone from Steinberg is watching, because this is very annoying. Do I not have presets? I must have presets. Okay, I guess I'm building something then. Okay, so let's go. Let's do that. Super loud and crunchy. It's actually quite nice. Let's have a B layer as well. There we go. That's quite nice, yeah. Let's bring the level of that down as well. Cool, let's add a little bit of effects to that. So we have reverb somewhere up here. They moved it. I don't want a lot of low. In fact, everything under 200 I probably don't really want. So let's just do that. Delay and reverb. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, anything like that's quite cool. What did I just do? That was in E, wasn't it? So I can go insert recording, insert linear recording. That's all the stuff I just did. Cubase was listening. I know it's in the wrong key, but that's fine. Let's take that. So rather than E, we need that to be in G. Let's go to the start of this clip. Yeah, so that needs to be there. Ba, ba, ba. Slower than that. And then bum, bum. Those can be a bit longer. And not that. Ba, ba, ba. Let's try that. Ba, ba, ba. Shorter and longer. Right, does that fit with what we have here? Possibly not. Nearly. So that doesn't fit there, but it might fit here. I like that first part of it. So we could just do something. We could just do a B pad there. In fact, if I take this. Let's get rid of the rhythm there. Let's just have like this. So that was A. And then back to the B, like so. I'm actually more attached to this pattern now, you know, so I'm gonna scrap all of that. So let's open these two together. So there, we could do A, we could do A sharp. think that's all right. I mean, like we're just sort of exploring the possibilities of what this new version of Cubase has for us. So I'm not worried too much about having an incredible piece of music. So let's keep plugging away. We were looking at envelopes and stuff, weren't we? So let's add some of the new effects. Shimmer, in particular, is rather nice. I'm a big fan of that. Ooh. Some of them are cooler than the others. Ooh. That's really nice. I think that there's a sort of elasticity to that I'm quite fond of. So let's add that to a new modulator. A new modulation has been created. I think we want that quite slow though, don't we? No, all the way. That's really satisfying, actually. Sync to project start. So there are some interesting sync options. You can have the modulator just run forever. You can sync it so you see how it sort of kicks in when I press start there. So if this is four bars, we probably want to start the project at 4 bars, if that makes sense. Yeah. The modulator is triggered by MIDI notes from a MIDI track. That's also really interesting. We'll maybe explore that down the line somewhere. Something that I think is very German in its efficiency, and is the sort of thing that if they hadn't included, I think would really annoy me, is the fact that you can access from here the instrument you're controlling, right? Which is wonderful, because I don't know about you, but sometimes my project files can get massive. I can have so many tracks going on, each doing their own weird little thing. I could lose track of what little macro I've set up somewhere, or what automation lane is doing something. So actually being able to just go, oh, it's this one, mate, and you can see it because it's visibly moving, is really, really handy. I made up and used a word the other day. I think they're Abletonifying Cubase ever so slightly, which I'm not necessarily against. I just think it's interesting. This way of looking at drums feels quite Ableton-y. I mean, like this is something that is quite common in a lot of drum programmers, and like this sort of grid layout is really similar as well. the having the modulators at the bottom here felt like a very Ableton way to do things. So I'm curious to see what the overall direction of Steinberg is with Cubase, if they're hoping to convince people to maybe try and use this in a live capacity, which is obviously what Ableton is really good at. That's not necessarily something I'm interested in doing, but that's got more to do with the fact that I don't like using PCs live, or Macs, any kind of computer. I don't really want to use it in a live music environment. I'm purely doorless. I've been betrayed by computers too many times to trust them. That's a computer thing rather than a Steinberg thing. If Steinberg made like a standalone rack unit that ran Cubase and you could plug a monitor and a mouse into it, I'd maybe be down to clown with that, but they don't, and I don't want to build that, so never mind. Be a fun idea though. Cool, right. So we've got that doing some cool, weird, pitchy stuff. Oh, and of course the modulators change when you click on a different track. Maybe that's so obvious I didn't need to say it, but I did. So we have got this at the moment. To start that at bar 5. I also want to add a little intro, so I'm going to move this whole thing over. I want to use another one of the new effects on the bass here. I want to use the underwater effect, just because I find it fascinating. It's just a tone button. So I want to try and add 2 layers of automation here. I want to have a modulator that's wiggling around. I want to do quite a small wiggle. Yeah. It's not showing me. Oh, that's annoying. Why is that? It's not showing me the numbers. Give me the numbers. I need to see. So that's what I want to happen through most of this loop, but the intro I want it to be a lot lower. So can I add this control to an automation track? Oh my god, look at him go. That's really funny for some reason. Okay, what do we got here? That's really cool. what's cool about that is I can just dip that down whenever I want to go back and forth. So maybe I dip it down here and then quickly back up here. That's kind of fun. Cool. This stuff is a lot of fun, you know. Right. So we've done that. Let's lock that parameter off. I want to have a bit more going on with the drums here. So what's the way to achieve that? I'm just going to add some colours here. There we go. So I'm going to duplicate that and convert pattern to MIDI. So this is exactly the same. It's just now I can come in here, I can delete some of these. So we have a bit of an intro there. Let's do just offbeats, I think. Just offbeat hi-hats. Yeah, let's do that. Wait. That was it. We were changing the filter. I couldn't quite remember what. I can't remember what automation we set up. The fact that you can have two kinds of clip on one track is frankly mind-blowing. That's one of the coolest things I've seen in Cubase in a long time, and it seems really silly, right? But that's big, okay? I've only really played with the in terms of modulators with the LFO. There's more to do here. There's like envelope follower, shapers, step modulators. So let's maybe see if we can come up with an excuse to use some of those. What else do I want to do? Let's create another section and let's start with the drums. So this is pattern 1. That's what the 1 up here means. I can come in here and I can create a new pattern. Let's maybe duplicate this pattern, and that is pattern 2. So let's change this to pattern 2. Cool. Let's get rid of all of this nonsense. Let's have... What kind of pattern do we want? I don't really want any. Yeah, that'll do. delete that one? Oopsie. Oh, of course, you click on them and it deletes them. Duh. Let's have this. That's quite cool. So then let's add some bass to that. Yeah. I think that's what I want. So we got a bit of oddness going on there. That's fun. I want to what do I want to do? Yeah, let's do some screwy stuff. Assign. How can I not? Right, there is a way to do it. If we go to the bottom panel, God, I need more screens. Slot 2. I want to do a step modulator, and I want to assign this to this, and it's done it. That was cool. All right, let's do some stepping then, yeah. Let's do something. I don't really know what. Like that, perhaps. Yeah, so that's sort of going around the place. Okay, is that doing what I want it to do? Yeah. Maybe it needs to be slower. Yeah, I think that's all right. Do we need to apply this to it as well? Maybe that's got like thinner. Well, that should be inverse, right? That's quite hard to look at. Okay, interesting. It's not quite the effect I thought it would have, you know? Yeah, I like it though. Let's change this. So I don't want this to be active the whole time. So how do I go around doing that? How do I... Automation track? Can I bypass somehow? Add bypass to the automation. There we go. And actually, in that case, let's bypass this effect here. Oh, that's weird. I'm not really hearing anything now. Okay, so maybe we assign those to something else then, because that doesn't really appear to be having an effect, does it? Or what if we assign these controls to the filter, to the underwater effect? You know, unless there's anything else in here that's... That's kind of cool. So maybe we affect that instead. So can I remove... Forget automation. There we go. So then if I say... Oh, we just delete that then. Then learn, then this. That's cool. So what else could we do here? Maybe this cut off? It doesn't really appear to be doing anything, does it? Let's forget that automation. That's fun though. I suppose we've got the other filter going on, so that doesn't really feel like it's doing anything. So maybe this one we delete and we replace it with the underwater knob, right? I think I want it to be the opposite. That's what I want. Olivia Bradley, thanks for the follow there. That's cool. It's got sort of like a lopsided groove to it now, doesn't it? I don't like the toms anymore. That's one of the cool things about this, is that because we're referencing the same clip, it's a bit like pants, what's it? But it's a bit like another piece of software, but I can't remember what. Where you just have one clip, and if it's constantly referenced, it's in like video editing, isn't it? If you have a clip that's constantly referenced, you don't need to change it a million times. You just change it in the first instance, and then it's good for the rest of time. So every time you reference that clip, it just sort of works. Cool. So we have a couple sections now. Let's see what that weird transition is. And I know we haven't got any pad in this yet. We'll come to that. So let's stop that sequence at that point. So then that gives us an opportunity to come back in here. Let's have a little look at the automation there. We can then just ramp up the frequencies and turn off the bypass, and we're good to go. That's new. Liam is fixed. Hooray. Yeah, it doesn't... Sorry, I heard that as Liam is fixed. I wish it was that easy. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was because I got rid of the Facebook side of things. It seems to be fine now, though, doesn't it? It's really annoying, but I guess I just won't stream to Facebook then. Fine, whatever. What is happening here? Right. It's because of some of the weird automation we've set up, isn't it? It must be. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it's gone there. Or is it? Huh. Not sure. Okay. I accidentally came across something really cool the other day that I want to try and add in. Maybe we'll use one of these new sample sets. Do we have like a hi-hat loop? No, just hi-hat. Separate hi-hats. Let's use like lo-fi hi-hats. Hi-hat loop. Hi-hat loop. Hi-hat. No, these are just individual hi-hats. Hi-hat loop. Hi-hat loop. Oh, that'll do. Okay. So let's drag this in. This is going to be the wrong tempo, but that's fine. We can just sort of smush it like so. How does that sound? Fine, just a bit fast. What if we go the other direction? Bit janky. Let me change the algorithm to tape. Let's go the other way again. Okay. Quite like that. So what if we add that to this second yellow section? I'm going to shove that off to the right, 87%, and then in here I'm going to take the hi-hat and I'm going to shove it off to the left quite a lot. I'm also going to reduce the level because it's a little intrusive. This has got some low-end rumble, I think. Yeah. Better. So, what I wanted to do was bring that in. Biakuze, there's a really fun trick using the sampler track. There are other ways to achieve this, I assume, but I did it with the sampler track. I can, of course, drag and drop this into here. It's tried to, like, give me a sample endpoint, which is unhelpful. Or has it? No, it's just not letting me... Oh. Maybe it doesn't work. That's very strange, because this worked the other day, didn't it? When no one was watching. Playback. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on now. What if we just delete that and try again? Add a sample. There we go. That was weird, wasn't it? I can't explain why it worked the second time. So what happened there? We're breaking new ground here. We're breaking things. We're moving fast. We're breaking things, and not in a way that's scary or upsetting. So let's just refresh what we did. Can't remember how to delete a track. That's a good sign. So I tried making a sampler track and then dragging and dropping the sample. Oh. Okay, it works now. Whatever, fine. I'm going to duplicate the... not duplicate. I'm going to do a similar kind of panning. It's quite quiet, isn't it? So, when you play this sample at C3, you're hearing the original sample, right? So, that will sound the same as this. Oh, it doesn't though, does it? Ha! Why is that? We increase the pitch. Right. So what I'm going to do in that case is process. Can I render this in place? Render in place. There we go. Right. So now what we have is, you know what? Don't worry about it. Let's come in here and let's replace this audio. Okay, so that is the same as this now. The difference is I think it's slightly louder because the velocity is higher, and it's slightly more in the center because I've done it right 54 rather than right 87. That's fine. A trick that I really like is adding slightly higher pitched. Let's do one lower as well. Have these slightly lower in velocity though. So as the sample is played, it falls out of sync. Right? I really like that. I'm going to do a couple bits like that. Let's get rid of some of these. Like that, I think. That brings me a lot of joy. I know it's silly. Let's do this. This is our percussion loop now. Let's keep that going like so. There's something about that that's so weird that I really like. How does that all sound together? Especially as like a background element, it's just sort of buried, you know? It brings me a lot of joy. For some reason I really like that. That's not necessarily a new thing to Cubase, but it's something that I discovered recently. So what else can we do here? We've not done a lot in terms of melody or in terms of the pad that's here. So maybe it's time to add our good friend Retrolog, a synth that I really like. Let's see what sounds we have in here. Oh yeah, it doesn't... Steinberg, I'm going to need you to fix that. To be honest. Why can't I see any of... Why can't I... Okay. I'm just going to have to build something. There we go. Let's make it mono. Let's give it a little bit of glide. Oh, good shout, good shout. F5. And reset any search criteria. No search criteria? I'm not going mad? Yeah. So then... And any... Yeah, that's very strange, isn't it? Because you see how it's there and it disappears. That looks like a bug to me. Hello. Don't ask me what I just did. I'm not sure. Let's bring in a synth lead. What's Davy's lead? Ooh. Cool. Let's have that as like a very fast. Yeah, you're right. I think that sounds about right to me. Let's have this. Oh, this is going to create absolute chaos, isn't it? reduce the volume because it's going to get really annoying really soon. Bosh. And then let's just make this the right length. And then yeah. There's so much stuff, isn't there? That's kind of what I want. It's a bit janky. Ooh. Ooh. This is a really bad idea. Don't do this. Yeah. I don't know why I find that really funny. That's really silly. absolutely ridiculous. Let's add effects to it. There's a new delay, I think. Studio delay? Why is this different? Ooh. Okay, I think the thing is... right, okay. I've added it to a sequence that's doing crazy things. So let's come back to studio delay in 1 second. I'm going to put a ping pong delay on this because it doesn't need... and quieter. That's all I want from that. So let's do something else. Let's go to now that we've got Pad Shop kind of working. Oh, maybe not Pad Shop. Let's add another instance of Retrolog. Now that we've got our presets working, let's find like a really basic sort of string kind of sound. Brilliant. Very little ambience on there as well, which is what I want. Let's use the chord cheat box, which is what I call it. What key are we on? G minor. G. Start with G. 7. Yeah, something like that. I think we need to go back to G each time, don't we? Let's try that. And also making these a little shorter. Cool. I like that. It is quite simple. I like that sound. And I'm keeping it simple because I'm about to come in here and do something I think probably quite crazy with the studio delay. So I wanted to have quite a straightforward sound in order to be able to hear what's really going on. Synth lead bright solo. Hello, sailor. Quite nice. Pad thick atmosphere. Oh, I didn't mean to give you a rating there, sir. Okay. It's quite nice. real Vangelis vibes. Ooh. Yeah, that sort of pitchiness is lovely. Snare reggae stop. Ah. What? What is that? Oh, is that just so we can hear? Right. That's quite an interesting feature. Just having like a little test thing. What else we got? Ad-lib distorted background. Very driven. These are quite nice. These are quite nice. Sorry, I got lost in the dunes there for a second. Let's use that. Let's see if I can maybe add like a... Oh no, we've added the chords. So it's just really loud. That's the thing. So what I could do, which might be a bit of fun, is make that last chord quite a bit shorter and then just ramp up the feedback here. And then nuke it into that next section. Yeah, so it sort of cuts off there. Yeah, we might have to change the output as well. Question mark. That's quite nice. And then I guess we go back into this. But maybe we delay bringing back everything else. Yeah, we'll do that, I think. Like so. I mean, we've done a lot of weird stuff. Let's maybe have a listen through to this as a piece and see how it feels, you know? Might be garbage. It's pretty cool. You guys know me. Okay, that was annoying. What's going on there then? Hang on. 1, 2. Oh my god. That's okay. Sorry. So yeah, apologies for the innate jankiness of this live stream. It's reminded me of why live streaming is a pain in the ass. So there's some cool stuff built into Cubase 14 now. Some of this stuff I don't know how much I'll use day to day, but I'm really glad knowing it's there. I think if I'm doing electro or dancey or maybe even hip hop stuff, I probably I think I'll use the new drum track. Most of what I do at the moment is rock, folk, pop, so I think I'm going to stick to Contact and MIDI editing in the normal way, because I don't even use like the drum editor, because because I just don't like it, you know. I find it easy to just use the MIDI editor for whatever reason. It's just visually what drums look like to me. Is a piano roll editor. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'm going to use some of this stuff. I think the modulators I probably will use, because I think it's going to save time and space over using a lot of automation channels. And what I've noticed is I have a lot of automation channels, especially for like if I just want a basic LFO on something. It's going to be easier to use modulators, and also if I use something like Glitch 2 VST where I'm mixing in and out the mix level quite a lot. Normally I'd do that with automation, but I think being able to do that with a modulator again might be more straightforward. I'm not sure. We'll play around with it. I think there's a few other little features that we didn't really get into. I'm excited by shimmer and studio delay. The score editor being integrated is interesting. I basically don't use that, so I don't think that's going to really turn up much. Apparently there's some improvements to the range tool. I imagine I will come across those when I'm podcast editing in my day job. And so I think some of the video engine updates are quite exciting. I tend to use quite small. I tend to, if I'm scoring video, work in 720, to be honest. So it'll be interesting to see if this actually, these updates to 8K, if that's even going to affect me, you know. Improved performance, I'm here for it though, so we'll see. Thank you folks for hanging out. Thank you for the follows and the subs and stuff. There is currently no plan for any more live streams, because as you've discovered with the jankiness of today's stream, it's a pain in the bum. But I am semi-regularly doing YouTube content, so if you've not seen any of the new YouTube stuff, LTGuitarist, go check it out. I've been doing some articles with the folks over at Ultimate Guitar, which include YouTube videos as well. Yeah, have a happy whatever you celebrate in December, and I don't know, I'll be around. There will be more live streams, I just don't know when they are. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you I don't know, soon probably. Bye then. Oh, come on. It's a great live stream. Let's try this one. Bye.